y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today is December the 3rd and today is day 1 of me starting my master cleanse fast. I actually started yesterday, but I don't qualify that as day 1. I qualify it as a start date, but today makes complete 24 hours. I've already been talking about how I've been losing focus in my life. I got so much stuff going on, school, trying to do YouTube, trying to be a mom, wife, my personal self, all that type of stuff, and I've lost focus. I've been eating crazy. I've gained a whole bunch of weight. I don't care if I express to y'all how much I weigh, how tall I am. I am not tall. I am 5'1". So when you're 5'1", you can't weigh that much. Let's just be real. The shorter you are, the less weight you need to carry. And I'm the biggest I've ever been. Last time I had stepped on the scale, I said I was 184 point something, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like, I'm almost 190, 200. That stuff is around the corner, so I need to get my life together. I've been wanting to do a fast for a minute, but you know how it is when you just have a very toxic, deep relationship with food. That's what I've been struggling with. I'll eat healthy a couple days, binge. I just want to clear out all the toxins out of my body, clear out some parasites out of my body that is making me crave these things, and just break a habit. So I thought it would be smart or kind of cool to do a fast during the month of December. Have everybody say, on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Well, on the first day of Christmas, look what this fast is doing to me. So that's what this is about. I was really supposed to start December 1st, felt led to, and the idea of doing this for 25 days didn't pop up in my head until I actually started the fast December 2nd. So I'm a day off, no big deal. So yesterday I started the fast. I went to Walmart, of course, bought the lemons, bought the maple syrup. I already got cayenne pepper here, got the water. I already have a large container that holds 60 ounces of water, so I don't need to buy no type of container. And it started off very frustrating because it seemed like every time you try to fast, and let me let y'all know, I'm fasting when I say for focus. I'm talking about like focus on God, focus back on my purpose in life. My son has autism and we had to take him to get an EEG scan. That frustrates me, to get an EEG scan, because he has to wear this device at home. With him wearing this device at home, he cannot go anywhere for 3 days, and he has to stay monitored by this tablet that shows his brain, radioactive waves of his brain on the screen, and it's someone that's watching him because he has autism. They did this test on him about a year ago, and they said that he could be prone to having seizures, but I rebuke it in Jesus' name. My son not gonna have no seizures, period. So they said that sometimes this happens in children ages below 5, and then after that they come out of this phase and it doesn't show signs of being prone to seizures or possibly having seizures. So he said we'll test him after he turns 5. So he's turned 5, so we're doing this test again. I'm thankful to God because the last time we did this test, it was a suitcase with a laptop in it that we had to bring in the house that was using the webcam of the laptop to record him and monitor him. That thing was so heavy that we had to leave it in a room. You have to leave it in one room, and if your child gets too far away from it, because remember they're monitoring him, then they'll text you and be like, can your child come close back to the monitor? That was so frustrating. Now, by the grace of God, they have gotten a tablet. So a tablet is just a tablet. I could just carry that with me everywhere he go. I don't have to worry about him getting too far. Just bring it with us. If he wants to even step outside, as long as it is still like connected to Wi-Fi, I could just bring that mug like outside the backyard and set it right by the door and let him just play and roam. So thank God for that. But after he got that done, the whole day was so frustrating. When you try to do something for God, every time you try to do something for God, every time you say, do this or make a plan, the enemy is right there. That day, it was drama within the family. I had to like call a family member praying and trying to help. And then I'm bringing my son to get his EEG scan done. Bam, another family member texts me, we're talking, and then my husband called and we're talking, and then another family member called, we're talking. I'm just like, I can't get a break. Then I come home and my son, I wake him up to bring him in the house after getting the device put on his head. He's crying. And I'm like, why are you crying? He takes the backpack off that has the device wrapped around in it, and it pulls. And I'm like, you just got it and you're already about to like yank the cords off your head, because the device is in the backpack and the cords are wrapped to his head, and it's like a cord that connects from his head to the backpack, and he has to keep the backpack on. He takes it off and just bam, drops the thing, and the cord pulls. So I'm putting the backpack back on him, and mind you, I'm on the phone. Put the backpack back on him. He's crying. He takes it off again. Hits the floor again. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I put the backpack on him. I'm like, go lay down because you're still sleepy. You were asleep in the car. Now you're crying. And he usually doesn't act like this. But when you're trying to do something for God, the unusual happens. And the unexpected things happen. So he's just crying. I'm on the phone trying to console who I'm trying to console. And I'm just like, okay. I lay him down in the bed. Cool. He comes up. I'm trying to use the bathroom. I'm doing all of this. Some should have just said, you know what? Tell the person who you're on the phone with, you can't. You're busy. But no, I didn't. So he comes to the bathroom. I'm on the toilet. And I'm like, what are you doing in here? He's crying, Mommy, my glasses. His glasses have like the tie that keeps it in place on his face, right? So he tries to take it off. Thank God for these frames. He pops both lenses out of the frames, and they're out of the frames, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm trying not to hurt my child, and I don't care about the comments. If y'all be like, hurt your child, you know you be feeling frustrated. Stop trying to act like you perfect, and you're like, I would never even think those thoughts. Yes, you do. When you get frustrated with your children, you can imagine yourself like, boy, what are you doing? You know, so don't even try to like come at me. You know, even if you don't have no kids, you've been frustrated. Somebody done frustrated you on your job, your siblings, your parents, your family members, and you done thought some thoughts that you would never do. But in my head, I was just like, Lord Jesus, help me, help me. Like, I was about to lose it on the phone and on him. I was like, Jamari, get the glasses. Why did you break them? Just go get in the bed. Go get in the bed. You know, I had to find the lenses. Then I finally got off the phone. I was just so frustrated. So frustrated. But all of a sudden, you know, I went to Jamari because I had talked to him very firmly because he was irritating me. And I was like, Mommy's sorry for how she talked to you. Mommy don't need to do that. And then he picked up a little stamp that he gets from school that they stamp their little hands. And he came with it and stamped my hand. He's like, look, Mommy, it's a rocket ship. And then he said, now behave. And he walked off and went to his room. I'm like, how you gonna tell me to behave? I knew that was God speaking through him. But anyway, it made me feel a little better. I went and got on the YouTube stuff, got on some homework, and I just started playing uplifting Christian music, some gospel, and I started to feel better. Now, if y'all know me, which you probably don't, I don't know what you know. I don't just listen to like gospel church like music. I listen to R&B. I listen to rap. Like when I hear somebody rap, it made me feel like a pastor is preaching through a rap. Like if it goes that hard, it's equivalent on that like same wavelength for me. So I be feeling like people be trying to judge like, oh, you listen to Christian rap, that's not what God said. First off, like the people that worship back in the day, you don't know what their music sounded like. He said worship me in spirit and in truth. The words is in truth. If it's in the form of a poem, it's still speaking truth, bam. If it's in the form of a rap song, still speaking truth, bam. So it's like, stop trying to put God in a little box. Like, it has to sound a certain way. But that's the type of stuff that I be listening to. And I started to feel better. And I just was like, you know what, God, thank you. On my laptop, I have scriptures that'll pop up on my laptop screen daily. I hadn't seen those in such a long time. And I forgot they were supposed to be on my screen. You're supposed to click on the little app and it'll pop up, right? Tell me why. Tell me why. When I went to start doing my homework and YouTube stuff, right, it popped up and it said, submit yourselves to the Lord, resist the devil and he'll flee. And I was like, I felt that so strongly because my flesh was crawling, like aching on me, like shivering like to where I was about to go off on everybody. And I was just like, resist the devil and he'll flee. Resist that and he'll flee. But it says submit yourself to God first. You can't resist the devil just on your own. You need something else. You got to submit yourself to God. When I started listening to that music and listening to his truth and praising him, it got me in the spirit. I'm like, submit to you and resist all that. When I finally was able to calm down and talk to my son, I was like, Jamari, I love you. Mommy, sorry. Like, it just allowed me to just it was like a peace and tranquility, like a cooling sensation after that. Before, I did apologize. I felt bad. I gave him a hug. But this time, it was something else that allowed me to really love him and not just feel bad for what I did, but want to give love. And that I know came from God, because how I was feeling that day, so overwhelmed by everything, I had no love in me to give. I'm just going to be honest. It was zapped out of me. I was so angry. I'm not gonna lie, that day I was so frustrated. Even after getting off the phone, I'm like, my freaking day is ruined. I didn't get to get anything done. I've been on the phone every day trying to help people, answering the phone. And that's another thing. God want me to do what I need to do. If I need to be real and let people know, hey, I'm sorry I can't talk to you right now, I got this going, do that. If they're calling, you don't have to answer. Hey, don't answer. Text them and say, hey, I'm busy. Can you text me? And not push them away. But you know it's too much and you've got stuff to do, because ain't nobody else going to do that for you but you. I had to speak that to myself, because I had to realize that God allowed him to cry and break them lenses, drop that bag on the floor, because he knew it was going to get my attention. I had to look and realize that that whole day that my son was home with me, literally, I was on the phone the entire time. It went from one person to another person to another person. The only time I was not on the phone was during the appointment when he was getting the device put on his head. So when he came home and acted crazy, it wasn't just because he woke up out of his sleep and he was half out of it. Yeah, that was partially the reason. But another reason was like when God allowed him to like, man, I've been here. I haven't spoken to you. I need you right now, not them. They're not important. Your reality is here with me. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for these devices that we have, literally, we would just be in the moment of where we're at. No one would call. If it was that important, they'll show up at the door. You know what I'm saying? That is what happened with me yesterday. It started out so hard that day, and it got to a point too, it showed me. It literally showed me what I normally do. It showed me myself in a cycle. Because after I got off the phone with who I was consoling, and I calmed my son down, I started walking around like wanting to eat. It showed me that when I get frustrated, I have to eat something. I used to be a smoker. It used to be when I get frustrated, I need to smoke something. But then when I lost the smoking part and that got out, it went back to the original, which was food, which was trauma from when I was a child. When I was a child, you know, I was ignored, I was neglected. When I was frustrated, we wasn't doing nothing. Go in the pantry, get something to eat. I'm sad, go get something to eat. I'm hurt, go get something to eat. That part is still in me, and that's the part I need to get rid of, and that's why I'm doing this. And it showed me that, and what? Resist the devil and he'll flee. But what you got to do first? Submit to God. So I had to submit that to God, and I felt good. I felt love, because I know he put that verse on the screen for me to read. Verses hadn't been on the screen. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably been a month since I seen a verse pop up on the screen, but it popped up at this moment. I knew that was God. The songs that was playing wasn't just any random songs. It was songs that I needed to hear for the moment that I was in right now. I know that was God. So if you're getting signs of something, don't ignore that and think of coincidence. Everything is purposeful. Even if I got people on here that don't believe in God, nothing is coincidental. You know that. People who believe in whatever else, you know that nothing is coincidental. It just takes me back, like, we're here for a purpose and a reason. And I wasn't trying to get spiritual, and I wasn't trying to get on that, but I did. It just happens. But that's what happened, and God literally helped me through that. I guess that was like day one of my experience, and I wasn't trying to talk this long, but I guess maybe it needed to be said. I'm going to step on the scale and show you guys my weight. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. All right, so here we are, body still. Okay. Woo! Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Oh.
What happened?
Wow.
What happened? I said, oh my gosh.
This is going to be a visual where I'm starting off with, it is actually nighttime. I was super tired today. I'm still tired, but I said I have to film this so I have a reference from where I started from. So I don't know if this is good enough. I decided to put this on. I feel like it's decently appropriate. You can see my gut through my stomach, but you should be able to see this here. Do you see this roll right here? Rolls are in the back and they're rolling. Roll here, gut here, arms here, all of that here, okay? So the fact that I am posting this, I definitely have to do this. Yeah, this is where we're at. And